Hello guys, MBJ89 here. In this video I would like to show you my character from last Epoch, patch 0.8.2. It's an Acolyte, Lich dot style, ignites, bleeds and poison damage. So let's jump and see her stats. As I mentioned before, level 42, 26 intelligence, 29 vitality, around 1.1k health, 80 mana, health regen, 80 points per second, so it helps me a lot. Something into movement speed, 9%, just to mention, she's in hardcore, solo and also Masochist mode. As you can see, the Masochist mode is minus 55% to your damage, so it means that your damage is 2 times lower than on normal mode. Another thing is that mobs and bosses, their damage is twice as high as in normal mode. So here in Masochist you can be shot 1 or 2 shotted in a second, so you must be very careful when you are playing. You must be doing very safe playstyle, very defensive, because in a matter of seconds or two, if you are unaware or if you are unlucky, you can be killed immediately, losing all your progress on your character. As you can see, her resistances are not so high, around 10% to 52 in necrotic resistances. I must work more on the resistances. Another thing, I'm using shield, so I got like 33% block chance, 27% reduced damage from blocking attacks, 16% damage reduction from armor, 4% from dodging. Just before we go to another things, keep in mind it's my first video. I am not a professional player. I have only played like 200 hours, most on Masochist mode. I'm still learning this mode, it's very fun. It gives you a lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotions, you must be very careful, it's so addicting. I think that with some of you I can play together when the multiplayer mode will come. Okay, so for my damage, you can see that I got only 12% increased necrotic damage, but as I said, keep in mind your damage is twice lower than normal, and you must get from minus 55% to the positive value. Also, when you pick some talent that increases your damage, it only increases by half of the value. So for example, when I pick talent that increase my damage by 10%, it will only increase by 5%. What is important here are my bleed damage, 53 points per 4 seconds, poison damage 18 points per 3 seconds, and ignite damage 33 points per 3 seconds. The thing about dots in last Epoch is that you can stack them indefinitely. You can put so many stacks as possible, so the damage is pumping in a very short time. Alright, so let's see her passives. As I said, I am not a professional player, so I think that I will change some talents later on, but as for now, 5 points in Forbidden Knowledge to increase my intelligence and necrotic resistances. 8 points in Stolen Vitality. More vitality means more hit points. 7 points if in Mania of Mortality. 10% per kill to gain 91 ward. If you are lucky, you can get like 300 ward or even more in few seconds. 5 points in Crimson Gluttony to increase my health regen and reduce health drain. 2 points in Putrid Demise to give additional chance to poison enemies on kill and to increase a little my poison resistances. And 2 points in Eye of Damnation to increase my necrotic damage, and my spells have a chance to apply damned on hit, which is, as you can see, an ailment that deals necrotic damage over time and scales with spell damage. Alright, in my Lich tree, 8 points in Survival of the Cruel to increase my health and increase my spell damage Lich as health. It's important to tell that this node also gives a Lich health Lich to dots. Okay, 2 points in Grasp of Fate to increase necrotic damage, 5 points in Desolation to increase my damage over time, 6 points in Bed of Souls to increase my vitality and health regen, and in the next levels I think that I will give some points in Desolation and Bed of Souls, 3 Plagues to increase my physical necrotic and poison penetration, Volatile Blood, so it will reduce health drain, you will see why in a moment. Deathbringer is not for me. Contagion Engine, increase damage over time if I have killed an enemy recently, so also. Necrotic Energy, maybe probably. Dark Guard, it's not for dots, because dots can crit, so nothing like crit chance or crit multiplier applies to dots right now. And other talents will be chosen soon. Okay, so for the skills, my first skill are Wandering Spirits. Those little guys are flying around you. When they pass enemy, they deal some dot damage. And what's most important with that skill is this talent, Spectral Putrescence. Spirits have a chance to cast Spectral Putrescence. It's a kind of poison arrow that is flying through those ghosts. They are shooting those arrows on your enemies, and these arrows put every ailment that you have on your gear with chance on hit. So they can poison enemies, they can slow enemies, they can bleed enemies, ignite, chill, shock, everything. Very powerful talent. You should pick Soul Filth to increase the frequency, so the ghosts have like 70% to cast those poison arrows. 2 points in Spectral Scorn to increase the range of this poison arrow. 5 points in Thin Veil to increase the reveal rate by 35%, so more ghosts, more poison arrows, more damage. Now I am leveling Lingering Souls to increase the spirit duration, and probably after that I will put, I'm not sure, maybe Soul of Rage or Spectral Scorn. We will see, no idea. Second skill is Spirit Plague. It's a skill that put another dot on your enemy, 3 seconds with necrotic damage. First you should pick Efficacious Application to reduce the mana cost and increase the duration of the skill. 3 points in Perpetuity to increase your cast speed and duration of Spirit Plague. I put 2 points in Toxic Transmission. When I cast the Spirit Plague, I also put 2 stacks of poison on my enemies. Pestilence, 4 points out of 5 right now to increase my global damage over time. So my all dots are ticking for higher damage. 3 points in Hemorrhage to also put 3 stacks of bleed, on my enemies. And next levels I will increase here, the last point, and I'm not sure, I will pick either Laceration, so my ghosts can put more bleed on hits, or I will pick Exsanguination to increase the bleed effect, but unfortunately you also receive bleed stacks on you. But I think that I have solution for this problem. My third skill is Transplant. It's a kind of teleport which costs 13% of your health to use this skill. 3 points in bone armor, to put an armor on you which reduces the damage taken and increases your armor by 300. 2 points in Plated Bone, so this buff from bone armor is more effective. 3 points in Apostasy, so your bone armor lasts longer. So with those points it lasts for 7 seconds instead of 2. Right now 1 point in Anemia to reduce the health cost by 2%. 1 point in Sticky Blood, it's very powerful. Note here, when you use Transplant you leave a pool of blood which slows enemies, perfect for kiting, very useful. 1 point in Simulacrum, when I use Transplant I leave a minion that is following me, so it can help me with some mobs, with taking their attention from me. 1 point in Purgatory, so those minions live until they are killed. And 3 points here in summoning more bone minions, so you have your little army following around you. 3 minions that lives indefinitely. Of course, when you are using another Transplant you got another minion, so it's very useful. My fourth skill is Reaper Form from Lich Tree. It's in defensive and offensive purposes, but mostly on Masochist I'm using it only for defensive abilities that it grants. So what does it mean? When you use this skill you turn into Lich and your health is starting to decay slowly, and when you reach 0 points of health you turn back to human and you got full health. So as a defensive skill it's very good on Masochist Mode, because when you are about to die you can change to Reaper form and run away. It's very big probability that you will survive or you will escape without any problem, without any dying. So 3 points here in Mistress of Decay, so my health drain is slower and my damage over time is 30% higher. So as an offensive ability it's very good, my dots hits 30% higher numbers. Soul Shroud to increase my armor, 4 points per 1 point of intelligence. So when I got like 26 points, when I switched to Reaper form I got like 100 more armor. 1 point in Vile Shroud to increase my resistances, necrotic and poison resistances, by 1% per point of intelligence. So the same thing, 26 more % of resistances, really good to increase survivability. 4 points in Harbinger of Blood to increasing my healing effectiveness and leeching more of the damage I deal. very good to restore some health in repair form so it lasts longer. And I put here 1 point to increase my spell damage, but I think that I will change it, and here I will go to Herald of Root, so while I am in repair form I will deal more damage because my global poison chance will be higher. The last skill that I will pick at level 49 will be Infernal Shade or Death Seal. Infernal Shade is a fire gun that I am using right now without any skills here, without any nodes. But if I go with Infernal Shade, I will definitely come here to change my fire damage and ignite chance on this skill for more bleed chance and more bleed damage. But if I go Death Seal, I will definitely pick this one, Soul Stability. It prevents health loss from effects that drain a percentage of your current health. So, as I understand, it will prevent my health from bleeding. So, with Spirit Plague and 5 points in Ensanguination, my bleed effects will be much higher, and because the cooldown on Death Seal is only 5 seconds, so I think that I can use it all the time. I must test it when I got to level 49, and we'll see if going with Death Seal or with Infernal Shade will be a better idea. What next? My inventory is not so perfect. Those items are that I am currently using. Some wand with more fire damage, necrotic damage and ignite chance of hit. Armor with vitality, intelligence, health and health regeneration. Head with vitality, intelligence, armor and health. Amulet with more necrotic damage and health regen. Shield with more block chance, block effectiveness and some resistances. Ring with more necrotic damage, health and elemental resistances. Belt for more necrotic damage, more health regen. Second ring, more dot damage and health regen. Gloves, more dot damage and health. Boots, more health, more intelligence, vitality and regen. And relic, more health regen, damage over time, necrotic damage and health regeneration. For idols I am using for health regen, damage over time, some health, increased health and resistances, some health and mana, health regen, and more damage over time. Okay, and how do you play this build? So, when you see a mob, you start with putting up your ghosts, and as you can see, they are shooting those poison arrows. This damage stacks, so it's very helpful. Then you can put Infernal Shade with ghosts and spam necrotic Spirit Plague, sorry. As you can see, damage is increasing a lot. Right now it's above 1000 damage per dot. When we switch to Lich form, as you can see, damage will be much higher. So you can see that my damage is increasing. And you can use the Rip ability. Rip ability, as you can see, can be used for teleporting, moving faster through mobs. Nothing can stop you. And you restore some health. You are using this ability, so it helps a lot. And that's it for now. I am playing her a little, meanwhile leveling my other character for also a Masochist mode. And guys, I will show you some content that I am playing right now, how she is doing in some areas. So I forgot it's Imperial era right now, and for example the Barren Aqueduct. Thank you guys for watching this video, I hope you enjoy it. If you can, please subscribe, I will put some more videos with video games like Last Epoch, maybe Final Fantasy, or maybe Elder Scrolls Online. Right now I am focusing on Last Epoch. See you guys soon, thank you very much, and a little of time with actual gameplay. Enjoy, have a nice day guys, goodbye.